We're going to talk about PrintFactory Connect, which is our entry-level automated workflow for large format printing. Excuse me. So, I mean, printers have known for years that in order to get the most out of printing hardware, they have to have an efficient pre-press department. And I think printers can draw a straight line from how many files you can prepare to how much money you can make. And this is especially true in large format print, where the correlation between the number of files and physical impressions can be as little as 1 to 1. So it's imperative that we can produce a lot of files, because typically a large format printer has more actual files to print than maybe an offset or a gravure printer. And good color management in large format print is especially challenging. We've got lots of different printers, different ink types, different substrates. And that means that often color adjustments need to be made either at the RIP or the desktop in order to get colors to match. And that can make automating large format print workflows very difficult. So while connected systems can bring fast production, without effective color management, they will fail, because if the job is printed and the color is incorrect, it has to be thrown away. If you've automated that process, you've taken a lot of the manual touch points away, then basically what you're producing isn't fit for sale. So that's why we built PrintFactory Connect, which is a color accurate production workflow that connects with data sources to prepare your work faster and more accurately than any other system in the market. PrintFactory itself is a complete suite of applications that delivers an ecosystem for digital large format printing. Everything you need to produce work manually or automatically is included in a single solution. Color profiling with device recalibration, centralized RIP servers, desktop layout, PDF editing tools, cloud automation, XML connectivity, even cutter drivers are all combined to create an end-to-end slick workflow. And PrintFactory Connect is the first workflow that allows customers to connect remote and local workers, plus web to print and MIS systems via a cloud infrastructure to create a fully managed workflow that can track both manual and automated job production. Regardless of location, you can have guys off-site, on-site, and a web presence. It's a very flexible solution, and we think it's the most flexible solution that's available today. Under the hood, our XML architecture means that desktop workflows can easily be recreated in both hot folders and XML instructions. So we deliver optional workflows. Most people will start with desktop or remote workflows. We then can move to PDF-driven workflows in hot folders on the RIPs and simple XML hot folders. As customers understand what the applications do and what the instruction sets are required, they can build the next step of their workflow. Once they understand all that, then they can build fully automated workflows using XML tickets to connect multiple RIPs, multiple printers, multiple cutters. We built an application set called PrintFactory Uploader that integrates between your systems and the PrintFactory Connect system, and that delivers files into the system in a very easy to follow way, which I will come to. A quick note though on buckets and nests. People often ask what they are. When you connect PrintFactory to the system to create an automated workflow, that minimizes inactivity in the system. So the job instructions come to us in the form of an XML ticket. They're uploaded into PrintFactory API. It's our application, we call it PrintFactory Cloud Nester. That's a virtual job nesting system. The nesters monitor work being sent into the buckets, reads the job definition to determine what substrate, color profile, printer to use, along with the print deadline as specified in the XML ticket. PrintFactory Cloud only needs the job metadata, and the corresponding PDF files, the high-res data, remain on the local storage devices, and that data is only touched when the RIPs engage with the job. The Cloud nesters virtually renest all of the jobs to push the files with the highest priority to the top of the queue. So it's a deadline sensitive workflow. This allows for late scheduling, maximum productivity from every device, and the ability to make last minute substrate or printer changes. Because it's a virtual system, no high-res data is uploaded to the cloud, only job metadata. And that makes PrintFactory the most productive system that you can get today in large format printing. For advanced XML workflows, the Uploader application is the bridge between PrintFactory Cloud and the customer's system. Uploader takes all of the XML ticket. It can also take the high-res PDF as necessary, but it takes the XML tickets, strips metadata from that, and can also enrich that file, those file contents, so that you can have thumbnails, user previews online. And it makes it much easier for people to generate an automated workflow because it's a connection to our web interface where presets and nests can be built by the user using a standard web interface. We can set all of the commands for the job very easily and very quickly online, and then we can build the resources that are being used. So the printers, we can build printer pools, apply cutters, and a bunch of variable information around that. All jobs that then flow through those buckets and are then nested, that information is retained online. Information also can be shared using an MIS connection. So we send a job ticket back to the MIS system. Basically, the whole system is a centralized interface to track jobs in, production schedule and time, and what happened with the job as it processes through the system. To make things as easy as possible, we developed an online XML generator that can be used by your system integrator to tell you what information is needed in the job instruction so that you can easily build XML tickets. We have an extended instruction set that allows you to build physical groups, logistics keys. They can be related to customers, locations, deadline. You can build barcoding. You can apply different step and repeat functions. And the online XML generator will just show you what that XML ticket could look like. You can take that back to your web to print or your MIS system and then build that data from the fields of those systems into a ticket that's then ingested into PrintFactory. Automating print production will push work through the system faster. Production managers no longer have to rely on asking people for job statuses or looking in job bags or on clipboards or post-it notes. Work can be tracked from the moment it arrives, can be tracked all the way through printing and finishing. So we can even create an end-to-end workflow, which is tracked with barcodes. Staff costs reduced because the required skill set is lower. We also build a lot of the desktop and front end tools that people need for fixing files are included in PrintFactory, so training can be a lot faster. And that means adding new staff becomes easier to the business. The print shop becomes a production line, making it much easier to manage. Customers love it as well because automating work creates a more consistent color output, and when they order a reprint, the results will be identical to the job they originally purchased. And coming on to color, it's one matter that to deliver work to any printer, yet another matter to make sure that those printers can produce the same color output. The primary reason why people do not automate large format print production is because color results between devices are not consistent. To counter this, we implemented device link color management at the heart of the PrintFactory workflow. Our device link profiles create excellent visual match between devices, ink types, and substrates, improving image quality, shadow areas, neutral grays, and fine detail. As a byproduct, ink consumption is reduced by upwards of 15%, but with no drop in quality. And that's the difference that matters. Ink saving has a positive effect on large format printing. By using less ink, printing on difficult media becomes easier. Print head wear will be reduced and profits will increase. And it also helps the carbon footprint. Reduced ink consumption also reduces operating costs, and for most of our customers, this part of the system pays for everything that's included. My apologies. By using a two-tier profiling process, it's possible for printers to be calibrated to each other and produce the same color output. Our visual profiles, and we call them PMMs, contain printer calibration and device link profiles. They also contain spot color information as well. The printer calibration element allows any user to make 2 or more devices match for color output. This then allows the device link to be used on any of those calibrated devices. You can make a visual PMM on one printer and share it with all printers of the same type in the fleet. The system does this automatically when you add new devices. All the user has to do is select the substrate and run the recalibration wizard and measure the printed shot. Multiple printers of the same model don't require separate profiles. A simple recalibration will give you identical outputs, allowing you to load balance work, sending the same job to different printers and outputting exactly the same colors. Now, this allows you to create printer pools and share work across multiple devices. And without this level of color management, it would not be possible to deliver such load balanced workflows. The device link profiles have a number of advantages for large format printers, and in addition to those visual advantages of better gray balance, more accurate results, and consistent color across your printer fleet and substrates, device link profiles also use less ink overall than conventional ICC profiles. So simply by making a device link profile, we will see the ink consumption in a typical plant will be reduced by 15% or more. And as I have said, for most customers, that pays for the solution. We have 2 optional levels of ink saving in PrintFactory. Our visual match will reduce ink consumption typically by 10 to 12%, and our EcoSave will reduce ink consumption by as much as 25%. PrintFactory has a single RIP server. Now, that means that we've developed our RIP server for large format printing. You can connect a number of printers to the application, and we can process a number of jobs simultaneously. We also, for customers that drop into medium to large size, we allow any of our customers to install multiple instances of the RIP. We do not charge for additional software licensing, so it's truly scalable for customers as they grow. As it stands today, we're now driving around 2,400 devices. That includes printers and cutters. It's a very simple interface to follow, very easy to use. And the PrintFactory RIP uses our Cloud REST API, so customers that want to develop fully automated workflows, connectivity to web to print and MIS is very straightforward. So it's scalable, it's designed for large format printing, it's very fast, and it will allow you to work across Macintosh OS 10, including the new M1 processors, Windows 10, and for larger customers, Linux. So automated workflows require robust data collection and sharing, and there's a wealth of data that's collected in the PrintFactory cloud. All job data, including consumption, color certification, production schedules, are all collected centrally and made available via a single web interface. All those jobs can be traced regardless of how they were delivered to the system. So jobs sent by manual workers in the office or working remotely with our new smart working system, or the automated system will all be seen in one web location. That job information can also be collated in the MIS system using XML tickets, as we can export a report in an XML format to a single location that can be picked up by any of your systems. Workflows can also be managed in the PrintFactory Cloud, so we can make changes, we can force jobs to print ahead of schedule, change media width, change the bucket for a different substrate, and the overall dashboard will show how productive your machines are, how much uptime you've had on the machines, and even allow you to turn the machines on or off so that they are processing or not processing through the RIPs from the desktop. All information is retained for 30 days after the job has been printed, and that same information also can be collated into your MIS. So it's a full data tracking and scheduling system online. We have an excellent track and trace solution inside PrintFactory that extends out to QR code certification, allowing our users the option to prove to customers that they're printing to the color standards expected. By printing a QR code next to a media wedge, one can measure the media wedge, record the data to the relevant digital printing standard that they're working to, and that information is then sent to the PrintFactory Cloud and database alongside the job ticket. When the customer receives the job, they wish to scan the QR code, and they will see all of the information relating to that job on their mobile phone. They can share that, the URL to that job. We can also extend job tracking to barcodes, and we can work on barcodes and QR codes inside jobs so that we can actually piece together information when it's being finished, so jobs can be stacked, collected, and delivered to the right location after they've been through the printing and cutting process. So in summary, excuse me, you can send work from multiple locations. That can be remote workers, office-based workers, or web-deployed e-commerce or web-to-print system. Deadline-based scheduling will ensure work gets printed at the correct time on the correct printer with the correct substrate. The built-in device-linked color management system means all printers will visually match each other, allowing users to create printer pools and share work amongst them for the best productivity. Color results will improve and ink consumption will decrease. Job tracking, desktop applications, and XML integration will ensure that you know what happened to every job, when it happened, what the results were either through your own MIS system or looking at the PrintFactory Cloud.